And you are here in Module 5. Now, one of the most frequently asked questions I get in coaching sessions is, how do I build and hire a team? So this is my top 10 tips for helping you build and grow your team. My number one tip is ask situational questions during interviews. So an example I have of this is I was hiring a babysitter, a nanny for my kids a couple summers ago, and needed to know which of these people I was interviewing was going to take care of my kids like I would take care of them. So I have 3 kids. The situational question I asked every nanny I interviewed was, if a child says that they have to go to the bathroom and you're in the car, you've got all 3 kids in the car, what do you do when you stop at the gas station? And then I just let them tell me what they would do. Out of 16 total interviews I did, only 3 people said that they would stop and take all 3 kids out of the car. All the other interviews said that they would leave 2 of the kids in the car while they took 1 of the kids in to go to the restroom. That's obviously not how would want my kids to be treated. And so it gave me a very clear indication about which 3 candidates needed to move forward. And that's how situational questions can help you narrow down potential hirees. My second tip for hiring good people and building a team is hire people who exercise good judgment. And if they don't use good judgment in an interview, they're not going to exercise good judgment in a job. As one of my fellow entrepreneur friends has told me, and this is a philosophy I use in my business now, when people show you who they are, believe them. You're not going to be able to change them after you hire them, no matter how much you like them during the interview. Number 3, allow people to use that good judgment to make decisions for you. You do not have to be the final word on everything in your business. When you hire people that have great judgment, they can often run your business better than you can. My number 4 tip is, when things go wrong, you as a leader need to be prepared to take the fault. It is all too easy to pass off blame, but when you pass off blame to a team member, you're not building a strong team. Kind of tying in with this is my tip number 5, and that's, if something goes right, hand all the credit to your team. Constantly be affirming their choices, their decisions, everything that they're doing, that it's contributing to the company growth and what is making your job fun. Now, a lot of you are going to ask, well, what if people don't exercise good judgment? What if I have somebody on my team right now who's not doing the right thing? This leads me to my number 6 tip, which, if that's the case, it is always better to have that difficult conversation earlier rather than later. My number 7 tip is this: everyone is replaceable, but everyone matters. Now, what that means is, if you ever lose a team member, if somebody leaves, it's easy as an entrepreneur to get discouraged, especially if that member was a valuable part of your team. However, take heart. Everyone is replaceable. You can hire new people and train them to do those things. You should never, as an entrepreneur, treat people like they are replaceable. You need to treat them like they matter, because they do. People are important. Okay, my number 8 tip is, sometimes the best decision is a quality of life decision. If you've ever hired someone that you've dreaded seeing when you go into work, or you're constantly frustrated because they're not pulling their weight, you're going to have better quality of life for you personally, and your business is going to have a better quality of life and a better chance of growth and success if you have that difficult conversation sooner rather than later. But I want you to remember that sometimes the best decision is a quality of life decision. My number 9 tip is, hire and train people to be obsessed with customer service. This is a company culture thing, not something you can do alone. You need people who are positive and outgoing in your customer service department to help keep that great company culture vibe going. And then my number 10 tip is, don't surround yourself with yes people. A lot of time, entrepreneurs start to think that they are in charge and everyone should agree with them. If you find yourself surrounded with people who are constantly telling you that you're doing amazing things and are never challenging you to put a pencil to stuff and make it better and go the extra mile and do the extra 1%, you're on a dangerous path. because you're actually sliding backward at that point when you surround yourself with yes people. So you need to surround yourself with people who are not afraid to tell you no and challenge your ideas. That's it for my top 10 tips for hiring and building a team. I'll see you guys in the next video. As usual, if you have any questions, you can post those in the Slack group, or you can fill out the form that's linked at the bottom of this page.